Oh, okay. How you doing, everybody? I'm here. I'm ready. As ready as I'm gonna be here on a Sunday morning at classroom. I'm stuck here again, as I say, stuck inside these four walls. I'll be here today. I will not be here, thankfully, the next two Sundays. Next Sunday, the 11th, I'm going to be at the Fest for Beatles fans. And hopefully the weather will be as nice as it is this weekend. This weekend's good. And then the following Sunday, the 18th, I will not be here either. I will be probably at home doing the Sunday morning thing. And, I won't be back here until the last Sunday, whatever the date is. I think it's the 25th, George Harrison's birthday. I will be back here on February 25th, George Harrison's birthday. That will be when the next time I'll be stuck here at this location. But anyway, let's make the best of it, huh? Let's get the glasses up. I wish I could see a little better, folks. As I say, being older, you wear glasses, and also years now of being online and looking at the phone all the time, and looking at the computer screen all the time. Between age and that, it changes. So there you go. And hello, Harold. I see Harold's here, first one that I see. Of course, I'm just starting and I've got people next door, buzzing, so you're going to hear them maybe. Uh, hello, Mike, Wall Jasper. What's a good word? I should have my camera set up here. I want to make sure it's sturdy and don't fall down. Hi, Amy. Hello. How are you? Says I caught your stream on replay. Had to work. That's okay. You gotta pay the bills. I appreciate you, Amy, being here. Thank you. Do you like Sherlock Holmes movies? Yes, I do. Well, it depends. Not all of them, but I don't like the new ones, the newer ones they made with Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. is not Sherlock Holmes. Basil Rathbone, yes. Jeremy Brett, yes. Peter Cushing, yes. Robert Downey Jr., he's not Sherlock Holmes. No way. So that's how I feel about it. Okay, but we're ready for this Sunday morning. As I say, you can't really tell. I don't think there's not a lot of windows. I can open this up. I don't really want to. Trust me, it's a beautiful sunny morning here. Temperature's not too bad either. It's again, it's a relatively milder winter. I'm looking forward to the Fest for Beatles fans next weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be at the Fest for Beatles fans, and the weather report so far is good. Okay, we're talking about 50 degrees. You heard that right, 50 degrees. As I always say, though, that as it gets closer, sometimes the weather pattern can change. So right now the prediction is very good, and there you go. So we're hoping that it stays good. Let's see. Do I like old musicals? Some of them. Some of them. I'm not a big musicals guy, but I've seen a few that are okay. Singing in the Rain is okay. I'm not a big fan generally of. I wouldn't call myself a musicals fan. And on the way up here on the ride up here, I got to listen to Ken Michaels' syndicated Beatles show, Every Little Thing. And I'm so glad I did because, as I say, it blows away completely Ken Dashow's Breakfast with the Beatles. I mean, Ken Michaels plays, as the title says, every little thing. Demos, outtakes, a lot of solo music. The deco editions. For the Beatles instead of playing the same old regular albums. I mean, it's good to hear different things, and that's what I like. Did you see The King and I saw the movie The King and it sucked. I'm sorry, I hated The King and I. Loathed it with a passion. It's not my thing. I'd rather see Yul Brynner in Westworld or The Ten Commandments. But that's just me. Hello, James Farley, Brian Bingham, Brian Bingham. Right? Hello, Robbie Detroit's Vinyl. Yes, we heard this. Wayne Kramer from the Detroit band, the MC5, passed away. Yeah, I heard about that. I think yesterday. Um, you know. What's a good word, everybody? I'm hoping that my friend Danny comes up here, the king of chaos. Let's get some chaos going here. Come on, let's get the chaos, Danny. Let's start it. Come up here ASAP if you're listening. Don't do this thing, Danny, where I have to allow Mr. Mayo to speak alone first for like a half an hour or 45 minutes. You don't have to do that. I really need help today because I'm just having one of those mornings. If you watched the show last night that I did, I was like, yeah, woo, 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 yeah, yeah. I was really, I was really animated. Today, not so much. Good morning to Alan C. Records. Going to a record show this morning. First one. Uh, Never mind about the record show. I need to know, Alan, if you're going to be coming to the Fest for Beatles fans now. It's getting close. It's next weekend. So I need to know. And also because please, if you do, please send me that reminder. Please send me the reminder. Joe, bring my Pete Best autograph because I was looking at it last night. I came across it last night. I said, here it is. I still have it. So I really want to know. Uh, okay. Glenn says, "Here I am, Joe, and I don't have to leave." Now, don't get me wrong, okay? What Glenn's talking about, he was here. He was here the other day, and he had to leave. When I said to Danny, my friend Danny, you can have uh, the rest of the show to discuss Oasis with anybody you want. But it was for it was for a fee. Somebody paid for that. I'm not going to let Danny take over the show with Oasis. Um, but we're going to do it. If we do it, the Oasis thing, it'll be at the end of the show. It's not going to be now. It's going to be the last 20 minutes or so, something like that. But only for a price, because I'm not. That's the way it's going to be. Sorry, folks. Uh, Lila says, just to let you know, Taylor Swift is playing in Japan. Yada yada yada. I don't really care, but thank you for that information. Thank you very much, Amy, for your $5 super chat contribution. Thank you, folks. You can, if you feel so inclined, you could also make a contribution by hitting the symbol below and money symbol below and help out a little bit. But you say I don't like Little Lamb Dragonfly either. Yeah, I mean, thank you. I know there's at least one other person. I think there were three of us, Amy, altogether. It's not that I hate the song. I don't hate it. I just don't understand what is the big deal about it. I really don't. You know, I don't. It's okay. It's decent, but come on. Is one of his greatest songs? No, not in my opinion, and not in Amy's opinion, and probably not in other people. At least one or two other people's. Okay, Alan says I'll let you know by Wednesday, and let me know if you're going to the fest. Okay, thank you. Let me know. We'll figure a way somehow, Alan, man. There's a little thing called mail, U.S. mail, too. I can mail it to you, but, you know, it's nice we could do an exchange, on camera. If you're there, I'll give you the autograph and I will say, here you go. Here's your Pete Best autograph. It'll be a nice little Beatle moment. Captured. So, yeah, folks, I'm just hanging out here, as I say, little under the weather, not hot. You just have days where you're like, yeah, you're feeling excellent. Other days where you're like, yeah. So that's just the way that is. Chrissy's here. Good morning, Joe. Nice to see you on here. Always a pleasure. Hope you're having a fantastic morning. The weather's beautiful. I felt better, but it'll be all right as long as I'm here. That's the main thing. Lila said, which character, Dracula, Frankenstein, or the Wolfman, has appeared in most movies and remakes? I gotta think it's Dracula. I gotta think Dracula and Frankenstein are kind of tied neck and neck. As far as being the most movie type appearances of all kinds of movies over the decades. But Dracula may be number one, maybe. Just a guess. Just a guess. There's got to be a definitive answer to that. Somewhere there is a definitive answer. I don't know exactly what the definitive answer is. Just my guess. You think there will be a Bob Dylan biopic? Yes, I think there will be, and I've heard there will be. Hello, Dino. Good to see you. What's the good word? Glenn says, I wish I could go to the fest. It's too expensive and a far drive. Well, that's the case. Yes, absolutely. I cut back a lot of corners on, like I said, on the money because I canceled the hotel. I was going to stay at the hotel 2 nights, and that was a lot of money. And I decided, even though the ride home isn't really short, it's okay. I figured I'll drive. You know, Joe, what are the chances Doc is currently in a spaghetti hangover? Well, I don't know. He loves his spaghetti, as do I, but I'm not eating it lately. But yeah, I don't know. I know he has these things on Tuesday nights. Sometimes they have all you can eat spaghetti on Tuesday, and if he's eating the spaghetti all you can eat, he's going to get that basketball inflated in his belly. Am I going to see the Bob Marley biopic, One Love? No. I mean, I have no problem with Bob Marley. I even like a little Bob Marley, but I don't really care to see the movie. Do you like the album Dylan and the Dead? I think I heard it one time, and I thought it was pretty lousy. So I don't like live albums, generally speaking, and Dylan and the Dead was no exception. So there you go. I did purge some records yesterday. I want to tell you upcoming. I have an upcoming video with me and my friend Anthony. Anthony and I, we got together yesterday. We did our usual routine. We got some lunch, and then we went to the guy who curses a lot, to the nostalgia store. And then I brought some records from home with me that I purged and got some decent money for, which I'm very pleased with. And I decided to make the purging part of the video. Because, I mean, when it comes to me and Anthony hanging out, there's only so much material we got, only so much stuff we can do. So I decided to work in the vinyl purge into the Anthony video. And it's just a matter of when I can get that thing edited and up. It'll be edited either later today or tomorrow, probably. Is there any meat that you won't eat? Pigeon, horse, etc. Well, I don't know. I'm not a big meat fan, but I eat meat because of the protein. You know what I mean? I don't love meat, but I eat meat. And I'll pretty much eat anything. But you know, yeah, horse. I don't know. I don't know about horse, but it's tough. But it depends. I mean, like they go to these places sometimes. Well, they have these places all different kinds of meat. I forget what they're called. They serve you different meat. Kangaroo. The short answer is I'll try anything. Almost anything. Let's put it that way. Sorry, folks. Here we go with the arm. Do you like other music apart from the Beatles? Absolutely, I like other music. I like tons of other music other than the Beatles. Absolutely. Are you a screamer when driving? I only scream when some idiot does something, cuts me off or something like that, or some jerk on the road. Sure, why not? Everybody. I know people that tell me they're the calmest people in the world. Yet sometimes when they get behind the wheel of a car and they're dealing with the idiots on the road, um, they scream, they yell at them. Last night I watched your home movies video, the one from 70 to 72. It actually made me feel nostalgic. Thank you. Yeah, I do have one there, somewhere on there. There it is. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to highlight this one. Absolutely. There you go. You got it. Uh, what do I think about blues music? The blues, I like some of the blues, but to me, the blues music it sounds kind of similar. A lot of it, but whatever. Eric says he tried an elk burger, elk, an elk burger. It has a different taste from other meats. I can't describe, but it was pretty good. Oh, another one from Amy. Thanks, Amy, so much. Thank you for your generosity. What are you looking for most at Beatles Fest? Just a good. Most I'm looking for a good time with my friends. When I go to the Beatles Fest, the highlight for me is to meet a lot of people like you out there. If Amy was going to be there, anybody out there who watches my channel wants to say hello, and also my friends, other YouTubers, hanging out with Robert S., hanging out with Matthew Street if he's going. I'm not sure if Matthew Street is going, but Beatle Brad, Marvin, Beatle Vinyl 85, anybody, Alan C. Records, everybody that's going to the Doc Dacus is supposed to be going there. But if you're talking about as far as like looking for items, when I go to the dealer's room, I am actually looking for some memorabilia artifacts, but I like display stuff that they use to advertise the albums, like stand-up things, countertop displays, ads, things like that are my favorite things, really. And today, when I was driving up here, I was listening to the great Ken Michaels show, Every Little Thing. It is fantastic. It is. And I was hearing a song that by Steve Martin wrote. Steve Martin wrote it called "Best Love." Paul McCartney sings it, and Steve Martin wrote it. And I don't have that song, I don't think, anywhere. And I'm looking. Maybe I'll get that album, the Steve Martin album that has that on it. I forgot what it was called, Rare Bird or something like that. I don't know. Do you think there should be a Beatles museum? There's a lot of Beatles museums around, I believe. Different places, depending on where you go. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. Amy says, thanks, Joe. We support you. Obviously, you do. Thank you so much. You're very kind. What's the first thing you do when you arrive at Beatles Fest and leave your room? Well, I'm not going to have a room this time. But the first thing I do is just go down into the lobby, scope out the place, see what's happening and stuff like that. What you have to do is you have to take a look at the booklet. You have a booklet of schedule of events. There's all kinds of events. So you grab yourself a booklet and you kind of map out what you're going to do, your itinerary for that day, for the whole weekend. What am I going to do Friday? What am I going to do Saturday and Sunday? Today is 40 years that we lost Karen Carpenter. I didn't realize that. Very tragic. Great singer. Beautiful. One of my favorite female vocalists of all time. Sad to have lost her. Robbie says, I'm sorry about having to press this with my hand. The best Beatle museum is in France. This is why I try to avoid this, folks. Would you ever take stuff to these fests to sell to a seller there? I have stuff maybe I would sell, but I'd have to be prepared. I might want to. I don't know about selling to a seller. Really, I should try to get a table there, but they're very expensive. I hear it's quite expensive to set up a table there to sell. Danny, where are you, Danny? King of Chaos. Where the hell are you? No excuse. If you're out there, Danny, this is way too long. There's no excuses. You usually come on with me at 8 a.m. This is 9:20 a.m. Surely you're available now, unless something's wrong with God forbid. But oh, it's supposed to be a Mayo lounge, not a catch up with Mayo. We caught up with Mayo yesterday late afternoon. Is there something you dislike doing at the Beatles Fest? Something that I dislike doing at the Beatles Fest? No. No. Joe, you ever take a little piece of pizza when Mikey D buys? Unfortunately, when Mikey Tats buys pizza, I usually have a slice. Yeah, I do. I play. I would try to resist, but I usually can't. You know. Liverpool is one big, massive Beatle museum, including places to go to, actual houses, locations where songs were based, Matthew Street, and also the museum. There you go. Are you going to be on a panel? Yes, I'm supposed to be on a panel on Saturday. I'm doing a panel with Talk More Talk, my other show with my co-hosts. So I will be definitely be in there. So there you go. If everything works out well. Okay, that'll be Saturday at 6:30 p.m. I'm going to do a video here sometime this week where I'm going to promote the Beatles Fest and I'll talk about the panel and stuff like that. Speaking of Talk More Talk, tomorrow we're doing a show on Talk More Talk. Tomorrow, again, we're doing two in a row. We did one last Monday. We're doing another one this Monday. Check out Talk More Talk. We're going to be talking with Gary Burr, who worked with Ringo. He's one of Ringo's, you know, uh, uh, a little help from a friend, one of his friends. Talk about a little help from my friends. That's Gary Burr. Hi, Cheap Beat says I put in a good word for you. I appreciate that. He's talking about, I guess, the other channel, the movie channel. Yeah, I appreciate that. Has a shop closed down by you that you really miss? We had a store. Yeah, there is actually there was a store that had a lot of. One of those stores that has a lot of like comics and toys and gadgets and collectibles and nostalgia. They were really great, and they're gone. That's one I could think of. Is the food good at the Beatles Fest? It's okay. Well, the place I'm going to now is going to be a different place I've never been to, the TWA Hotel next to JFK Airport in New York. That's the first time they're ever having it there, so I don't know what the food's going to be like there. Usually the food is pretty good at the New Jersey Hotel, New Jersey City. However, it's expensive. Penny Lane is here. Good morning, Penny Lane. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. What's going on? What's going on, Penny? Thank you, Mike. Mike says talk more talk rocks. Yeah, so we're going to be on live tomorrow. Um, Lila asks, at the Fest Hotel, have you gone for the cheapest room or did you get a choice? You not get a choice? Usually what they do is they have a block. I think the Beatle Fest has a block, the Beatle Fest rate. I think they give you a little discount. Not much of a discount. I mean, it's better than otherwise, but it's still a good amount of money. So, did you ever see the Karen Carpenter story? What did you think of it? I might have seen it on TV. It was a TV movie, am I right? I think it was. I saw a TV movie once, a long time, but I don't remember it, to tell you the truth. Do you think you'll participate in another Beatles trivia contest at the fest? I don't know. I really don't know. I say no. It's you don't really want to do it if you. I don't know. There's a thing if you're going to participate. I think there's a thing where if you're a participant on a panel, if you're like a guest kind of thing, I don't think you really should participate. But last year I did anyway. So I don't know. It depends how I feel. Really, it really depends on how I feel. It's fun. The trivia contests and things are fun. So I like it. And then they have that thing, name that tune where they play like a little snippet of a song for like a couple of seconds, and you got to guess what song it is. What's included with the ticket at the Beatle Fest? A lot of things. I don't know what you know. There's guests, there's contests, there's a lot of live bands. There's a video room where they show rare videos and things like that. You can go to the dealer's room, marketplace. I mean, there's a lot of things. If you see something you want to buy there, then hold on, I got to read that. If you see something you want, do you buy it there and then? Excuse me, or wait till the final day of the fest? It goes both ways. Sometimes I like to grab something quick because if you grab it quick, you get it before it's gone. You don't want to miss out, so you get it quick. But sometimes if you wait till later, that near the end of the fest, it hasn't sold. You get it for a reduced price. Wow, this is fantastic. Yes, indeed. That's really nice. Thank you for a nice another super chat, Amy. You're terrific. This is it's embarrassing. You don't know what to say. My face red. It says Joe, breakfast and lunch on me and Robbie. Thank you. There you go. There you go. I'll think of you while I'm eating. When I'm eating, I'll think, hey, thanks, Amy. I'm gonna think that. Thank you. Yeah, she's really terrific. I don't know what to say. Uh, I can't think. I know who Fran Drescher is for sure, but I don't know. I don't know the other person. Do you have a lot of Carpenter stuff? No, I don't right now. I have a CD. You know, the Carpenters. I think it's called Singles. You know, the singles of album of the Carpenters, and I have their first album on vinyl with an alternate cover. You know, a cover. I forget what it was called. Geez, I can't remember the name of it. I think it's called Offering. Carpenter's Offering, and they later changed the title. They changed the cover and they made it Ticket to Ride. They call it Ticket to Ride. Thank you. I thank you, Robbie. You're great. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, Lila says $25 for a breakfast. Wow, that's one hell of a breakfast. Let me tell you something. Breakfast can be expensive at the fest. You know, the hotel. It's a hotel. You know, it's expensive. That's about right. Do you think Anthony will be bored? Anthony always looks bored. That's funny. I love Anthony. Anthony's great. But he's going Saturday. He's only going one day. You know, we make the little joke. Andy has to save his money, so you know he's only going to go Saturday. He's not going to go any other day. But I don't know if he'll be bored. I hope not. Sorry, I'm laughing. Yeah, I hope he doesn't have a heart attack. No, I hope not. But I know what you're saying. Yeah, you know, maybe he'll buy something for $5 or something, get a little pin or something. You know, I hope he's going to splurge a little bit. Oh yeah, the other day, the other day, yeah, Robbie gave a $50 super chat the other day. Whew, I don't know what to say. It helps, let me tell you, but I'm grateful. It helps. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Amy, Robbie, everybody, and there's a certain group of other people that like to help out too. Anybody that helps out, really helps me because you know it's just different when you're not working. I mean, I'm not working. I'm just getting. I hope to get Social Security later this year. Not yet. I haven't gotten it yet. Um, I don't know. I don't know anything about the behind the scenes beef with Paul and Billy. Uh, do you see the same sellers at every fest you've been to? Yeah, it's usually the same sellers. Yeah. Do they give you a Beatles memorabilia with the ticket price? No, they don't listen. And you're asking a lot of silly questions. You know, a lot of silly questions, kind of like I think they're loaded questions about the Beatles Fest for some reason. You know damn well they don't give you any. You know damn well they don't give you any. This stupid question here. Do they give you Beatles memorabilia with the ticket price? I think you know damn well. I also think your Earth, that person that known as Earth that I blocked some time ago. Um, did you see the video of 1980s Beatle Fest? There's a lot of video going out there about older, uh, Beatle Fests. I mean, yeah, you see clips here and there, different guests they've had in the past, the 80s, even the 70s. There's a lot of stuff they have. I would really like to see the Beatle Fest. They should be doing this in honor of the 50th anniversary, 1974, their first fest when it was called Beatle Fest. They should have a nice, you know, video compilation, at least an hour or more long, hour and a half, 2 hours. They can, you know. Has anyone ever asked me for my autograph? So far, only one person. The one person. People like to take photos. I've taken a lot of photos with people, but only well, I don't expect people to ask me for an autograph. But one has. Uh, Billy Preston seemed not too fond of Paul. I've never heard that before in my life. What is your least favorite John album? Milk and Honey is my least favorite. I mean, out of the regular albums, the non-experimental albums, the regular albums. Probably Milk and Honey is my least favorite. Have I ever won a door prize? I might have. They have door prizes they give away too, and I think I might have won a door prize in the early 1980s. My earliest Beatles Fest that I went to, I think I did. You have to be this like thing where you put in for door prizes and they pick the winners. I'm going to mention Danny again. Danny, if you're out there watching this and you intend on coming up here, and you don't come up here till a long time, I'm going to give you such a pinch. You know, do you wear a T-shirt advertising your channel, or we, or do you just dress regular or wear a Sergeant Pepper suit? I dress regular, and I'll tell you when I go there, I'll probably be wearing this thing. I'll probably be going like this with the sweatshirt. I don't know. I just wear I don't know. The last couple, well, you can see I have. If you want to see, take a look. I've done a lot of video. Look, if you want to go over to my playlists, you can go over to the playlist and you will see a Beatles Fest playlist where I have the videos of me attending the Beatles Fest with all my friends and everything. And in those videos, you can see what I'm wearing. you know. So when I brought Double Fantasy, I was very disappointed with the lack of John Lennon songs. Well, that's a shame. That's a shame. It was I love the Yoko songs on that album. I think Double Fantasy Yoko songs are fantastic. I thought so in 1980, and I still do. Yeah, it's a shame, but at the same time, you'd like to have more John songs. I could see that. Hello, Pops O'Reilly. Good morning to Pops. What do you think about new Bob Dylan album from 2023? Not interested. I don't know. I don't know what album that was. I don't remember one from last year. What did he do? More standards or something? I don't know. I don't know. The last one I heard was Rough and Rowdy Ways was the last album that I heard. I guess the chat blocks links. I sent you the video. Yeah, I think the chat does block links. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Which is fine with me. You should not have links in the chat anyway, but thank you. Thank you for your thoughts, but I guess you could do them maybe in comments somewhere. Maybe after this is over, if it becomes a video, after the live chat is over, maybe you could put the link in, under the video. That you could do, I think. Robbie thinks Milk and Honey is underrated. Touche, my friend. Hey, Joe. Haven't been around. What do you think of Billy Joel's new song? Well, I appreciate you asking me. I still haven't played it. I want to hear it. It only takes 3 minutes, 4 minutes, however long the song is. But I just keep forgetting to play it. To hear it on YouTube. Do you like the Carpenters or Crosby, Stills and Nash? They're both. I like the Carpenters better than Crosby, Stills and Nash. Yeah, Pops O'Reilly's asking about merch. One day I'm going to do that. I've been saying that for a long time. When the day turns to night at these fests, do you adjourn to the bar with some friends or stay to watch a live event? Are you in bed by 10? I'm not in bed by 10. No, I'm not in bed by 10 because there's a lot going on. I probably don't go to bed till like 1, so at the earliest. As far as adjourning to the bar, I don't really drink. I mean, so I don't do that. But yeah, at night there's always lots of stuff to do. We usually watch the live bands, or there's always something going on. There's always presentations. There's always something to do. Yeah, so there you go. Oh, Bob Dylan made another covers album last year. I'm not interested. Not interested in Bob Dylan doing covers. Not interested. Okay, right. I've heard about that. John Lennon was the boss Beatle. Okay, I've heard of that. Are you expecting to get some autographs on this fest? Yes, sir. Yes, like I was talking yesterday. Yes, sir. I am. I expect to get some autographs. Mickey Dolenz, maybe Billy J. Kramer, who was there like 10 times, but I've never never got his autograph. Uh, you know, And maybe I can't remember his name. He played on. I can't remember his name. John. I don't want to say his name wrong. His name's John Hober or something like that. He played on the John Lennon Rock and Roll album, so I like to get him as well. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Chrissy sent me a link. I didn't get it here. Uh, uh, Cheap Beat says Crosby, Stills, Nash, much better. Sorry. Well, like I said, there's no fact there. It's just an opinion. Uh, yeah, Milk and Honey is unfortunately an unfinished album, so it's hard to tell how it would have been like had John lived. Exactly. Danny, you bet if you don't come on here, Danny, you better have a good excuse, my friend. That's all I can say, because I build this thing as a freaking Mayo lounge. I called it that. Do I like Judy Garland? She's okay. Judy Garland's okay. Imagine all the organizing to do one of these fests. Must take some planning. Yeah, it must. Sometimes I don't think they plan enough, to tell you the truth. But do you think Herman's Hermits gets a bad rap? Who gives them a bad rap? You maybe? I don't know. I love Herman's Hermits, and some people don't. Sorry for them. Have I seen Seven Brides for Seven Brothers? I'm not interested in that. It's another musical. Not interested. I met Alan Williams at the Beatles Fest at the bar and bought him a drink. Boy, that guy had some good stories. Yeah, a lot of people say that. A lot of people say they had a drink with Alan Williams. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Will the Super Bowl affect attendance at the fest? I believe it will. That remains to be seen. The Super Bowl is Sunday, and I believe that I've heard rumors that some of the dealers are going to go home early on Sunday. I heard that some people are going to leave early on Sunday because of the Stupor Bowl, Stupor, Stupor Bowl. But whatever. Marcus Thompson, what's going on? Hey, yeah, I like all the songs from Milk and Honey, despite them being unfinished. Well, look, I love them. Marcus, I love. You know what, Marcus, I love when people do this. It doesn't mean that I don't like the songs. I just think it's, his least album, in my opinion. There you go, poke you right in the eyes. All right. Do you like any grunge, Joe? I guess. you know, I'm sorry about this arm on the hand here, but I got to do it. What do you think about the B-52s? I like the B-52s enough. Uh, Herman's Hermits gets treated like the joke of the British invasion. It's a shame because they've got great songs. I don't care. I like their songs. I guess some people think they're a joke. Whatever. I like them. I guess it's a case that there's some people out there that think they're, silly or whatever because of the name, really. Herman's Hermits more than anything. Marcus says, I'm commenting for myself. I didn't say the comment to combat what you said. I just got here, actually didn't hear about what you said. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Marcus. Okay. It's okay. I'm just saying, it's very difficult when you're doing comments, it's hard, right? It's hard in text like this. Uh, Paul McCartney actually made a musical called "Give My Regards to Broad Street." It's not bad, actually. It is bad, in my opinion. But yeah, if that's a musical, okay, that's one of the better ones for me. Joe, have you put the link up so Danny can join? Well, I'll put it up again. I put the link at the top, but by now you might not be able to get it. But I think like if Danny was here, if Danny was back there, he just could type in, "Hey Joe, I need the link." But I'm gonna put it there because it's been a while. You got a good point. It's been a while since I had the link up, so there you go. Is Danny going to the fest? No, Danny is not going to the fest. No, he's not. Paul missed out on writing "There's a Kind of Hush." Would have been a great Beatles song. It's true. I could see Paul doing "It's a Kind of Hush." I agree. That's right up his alley. Have you seen Cats, the movie? No, I have not seen that. I hear it's pretty bad. A lot of people say Cats is the worst of the musicals. At least I don't know about the movie, but the musical, the stage show. Have you ever read Davy Jones' Monkeys book? No, I have not. King of Chaos, we're right. The King of Chaos is causing chaos just by not being here soon enough. So already he's doing chaos. It's very good, the Davy Jones book. Broad Street. Sorry, I can't read that. Broad Street is excellent. No, come on, Lila. Excellent, really. Uh, I do like the music in it. I like the music, but that's about it. Uh, Only sleeping, Kenny says. Hey, Joe, gonna try to make the fest, but due to financial constraints, probably not. Yeah, I understand that. I'm still gonna go, but I understand that. Jerry and the Pacemakers or the Dave Clark Five. I'll give the edge to the Dave Clark Five. But I still like Jerry and the Pacemakers, though. You know, I do. James Farley. I took my sister to see McCartney's Broad Street. They showed Rupert at the beginning. Yeah, she said this isn't Paul McCartney. Do you remember what your first DVD film was and your reaction to it was like? Well, the first movie I ever bought on DVD, if that's what you mean, was The Exorcist. And I thought it was really great the way DVD, I was sold on DVD as a format. Is Press to Play a poor man's Peter Cetera album? All I could say about Press to Play is this.
Now this album, I just can't take it.
Well, it's just a joke, folks. Actually, since I made that little clip video, that's a lot of years, that's like 11 years ago or something like that. I must say I like Press to Play a little more than I did then. And when I tore that album up, I had a spare. I keep telling everybody I tore that album up because that copy skipped. It had a skip in there that you couldn't get the skip out. That's why I did that. Um, uh, Broad Street is terrible. Always was, always will be. That's kind of harsh. But what are your top three bands from the '80s? I'd have to think about that a little bit. I have to think about it. I like a lot of the '80s music. A lot of the '80s music. Um, could I say the Cars? The Cars really started in the '70s, the late '70s. The Cars comes to mind. Uh, I don't know if I'd say Blondie because Blondie was in the '70s really too. Um, I don't know. I like Men at Work, I guess. You know, but I gotta think. There's probably lots of. I just can't think of them now. I'm reading a lot of comments. Yeah. Has Dark Horse grown on you since your review? I don't remember when I did the review, but I like Dark Horse. The album has grown on me more. I like Dark Horse better than Extra Texture. Kenny says I wrote a scathing interview of Press to Play on WDHA. Got to ask Ken if he still has it. I think you wrote a scathing review. You mean maybe of Press to Play? Got to ask Ken if he still has it. Yeah, only 15 likes. Come on, man. Please, everybody, hit the like button. Help out the channel a little bit. Help me out. Likes help. Thank you. What school lesson did you hate? I love Lila's questions. They're different. Make me think a little bit. I think maybe social studies. I didn't like history or social studies much. Not I didn't love math either, but math could be a little fun if the teacher made it fun. Okay, depends on the teacher. Depends on the type of math it is too. Does Danny go to church on Sunday mornings? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I hope everything's all right with Danny, by the way. I really do. I really hope everything's okay. Did you ever play an instrument? I wish I had my little bass here. I play a little bass. Uh, wouldn't it be great if Joan Jett came on your live stream? It would be great. Hey, Joan, if you're out there, you're welcome. Uh, what's your favorite drink? Well, right now, all I drink is water and tea. That's it. Well, tea is water. But favorite drink is obviously, like a thick shake or something, chocolate shake. It's probably my favorite drink, something like that, milkshake. And soda. I don't drink soda anymore. I won't touch it. I won't touch it. But soda, I like soda. Do you do more live chats than Stud Muffin and Matthew Street? Why don't they appear in your streams? Would love to chat them too. Well, here's the thing. I think Canadian Stud Muffin is doing a live stream later today. I think. Now Matthew Street's done some live streams, but he doesn't do a lot. My feeling about Matthew Street is that he's not a big. He doesn't love live streams. I don't think he really likes them that much. I could be wrong. Of course, I've done shows with. If you look at FabGab, I did a live show called FabGab. I still do it. Got to get some more FabGabs up there, folks. Woo-hoo. But yeah, Matthew Street appeared with me on a lot of those. And I've also done live streams with Stud Muffin. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, why don't they ever appear in here? I don't, like I said, I don't think Matthew Street just doesn't do that. I can't speak for Stud Muffin, but Matthew Street doesn't really get that involved with live streaming. Uh, what's your favorite TV show from the '80s? There must be an answer for this. There must be. God, there must be. I can't think of it. Wow, the '80s. Jeez, holy cow! Somebody help me. Somebody may know better than I do. It's one of those days where I'm not sharp. you know, I, so I don't know because I got to think about it. Jeez, man, there's got to be '80s shows I like. Or a blank. Yeah, cutting out sugar. Yeah, well, yesterday I had some sugar. That's part of the problem. I got together yesterday with my friend Anthony, and we had some lunch, and then later on, I had some sugar later. I had some like a couple pieces of chocolate or something. I'm like, that screws around with you. Debbie Harry or Dolly Parton, who would I spend time with if given the opportunity? Debbie Harry by a landslide. Landslide. Uh, how would you describe your personality in one word? That is actually a very good, very, very good question. I'm going to say honest. I think something like that, like honest or open. Some different words: honest, open, revealing. I don't know. Uh, what was your jam you always got on the dance floor? I'll tell you, there was a song by I don't know how to pronounce this. Total Coelho called "I Eat Cannibals." It's incredible. I eat cannibals. When they were playing that song, I jump up. Whatever I was doing, I'd be on that dance floor. So that was my favorite song to dance to. I Eat Cannibals. Play it. What's your favorite fast food burger? When I have fast food burgers, I like Burger King the best. I like Burger King better than McDonald's. Like, one thing. If you had a neighbor that was learning drums and you could hear them practice, but they were learning Beatles tunes, would you not mind the noise? I don't care what they're playing. I don't care if they're playing Beatles songs and only Beatles songs. I don't want to hear noise. So no, I wouldn't appreciate the noise even if it was Beatles songs. Um, how could you miss Ken Dashow's Breakfast with the Beatles joke? Well, when you got Ken Michaels playing every little thing, which is a 100,000 times better, it's easy to miss it. What's your favorite Disney film? I haven't seen Disney films in a long time. If you're talking about the old classics, they would be uh, Pinocchio and Dumbo, maybe those two. Do you like Mary Poppins? I haven't seen Mary Poppins in a long time. Oh, wait a minute. So somebody just said Cheers. Yeah, Cheers. That's a good one. I couldn't think of it. Cheers is probably my favorite 80s show, or one of my favorite 80s shows. I wasn't thinking. I know there's got to be other ones too. I just can't think of them. I know Cheers is probably by far. I don't know if I answered this Mary Poppins thing. I saw Mary Poppins as a child, and that's it. People are naming 80 shows, and none of them. What's my favorite dessert? Come on, Eddie, you're killing me. Why are people asking me these questions when I'm not eating this stuff? I don't know, ice cream, I guess. Ice cream or anything, chocolate cake, all that kind of stuff. You're killing me. Good morning, Beetle Eddie. My reaction to John Lennon's death. I was 18 years old. I was aware that he was shot on the news, and I just waited to hear how bad it was, and it turned out to be he was gone, and I was devastated. Like anybody else, I was devastated. I can't name my favorite horror film from the '70s. I really can't. There are too many of them. There are too many of them. I can't really name them. So many of them I can't really. I mean, the ones that come to mind are stuff like I don't consider Jaws a horror film, really. If Jaws is considered a horror film, then it's Jaws. But otherwise, it's The Exorcist, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, are among my favorite horror films. But there's lots of other ones. What deep cut do you like to hear Beatle bands play, or what song blew you away by tribute band? I like to hear deep cuts like "Not a Second Time," stuff like "I'll Get You," just mostly early stuff, early deep cuts. Like if somebody did like "Little Child" or something like that, I like the early cuts, the rare ones that you don't hear a lot. Yeah, I like Taxi also, but did that start in the '70s? That started in the '70s. I forget. If Taxis is an '80s show, really. I'll say Taxi. Cheers to Taxi. Uh, how does Don realize how much my channel has helped him? Yes, he does. Because there was a time, and he's still times where people actually will send in money, donations, and things through the mail to the record store and care like for Don. So absolutely. I feel very good about a lot of a lot of people appreciate Don being in my videos, and I thank them for that. But you got some people out there, fools actually, who think I'm exploiting Don, and you got to know Don. Don likes the attention. Don feels like something of a celebrity in a way. People recognize him. They say, "Hey, Don, good seeing you. I like seeing you in the videos." And people give him money and help him. And I've orchestrated that. I've asked the people in some of those videos, in the store videos, please help Don out, send me into the record store. So, I feel good about it. I don't feel in any way bad about it, or exploiting him or anything like that. Don would be, totally obscure if not for me helping him. And the guys at the store too. I mean, I'm not the only guy that gives him money and things. Other people who watch the channel do too. Have you ever stayed at a hotel and felt you had to complain? Oh yeah, oh yeah. It was in the hotel that I went to in October of 2022. Um, when I met Pete Best, there's a video on it here where when I met Pete Best, it was a really lousy, the worst hotel I've ever stayed in my life. Let's put it that way. I like The Graduate. I've never seen the Sterile Cuckoo, so I don't know that. But The Graduate, I like. Actually, Paul McCartney coined that phrase. Paul McCartney called the killer the jerk of all jerks. I remember when Jimmy Fink used to host the Beatles Fest. I'm beginning to think, by the way, I'm beginning to think we're almost an hour here. I'm beginning to think that Danny is not something's wrong. God forbid. I hope you're all right, Danny, health wise, or something's wrong with his service again or something, because I think he'd be here. This is an hour in. Do you have a favorite musical movie, old or new? No. What was my reaction to Karen Carpenter's death? I don't really recall. I think I probably thought it's tragic. It's sad that Karen Carpenter died, and it's a frustrating illness. Anorexia, because you just say, please eat something, honey, eat honey, or you're gonna die. That kind of thing. But it's frustrating. But I understand it's the kind of thing where if you're not suffering through it, you don't understand it. Yeah, The Omen. I don't love The Omen, but it was good. But I don't love it. Have you ever chatted to someone younger about music, and they realize they haven't got a clue what or who you're talking about? I don't remember that happening, but I suppose it does. I don't remember that happening, but I suppose it does. Um, Taxi started in '78. See, I don't consider that a musical. I like the movie Head with the monkeys, but I don't think I consider that a musical. What's your least favorite horror movie? Oh, I know there's a lot of horror movies I don't like. How do you even begin to say something by Jess Franco maybe, or Andy Milligan? There's some really bad movies that they made, these guys, unwatchable movies sometimes. Okay, well, that's interesting. What's your opinion of Star Trek Five, where they search for God? The thing about Star Trek Five is Star Trek Five was probably the first thing I ever really saw of Star Trek. Really, I mean, I watched some Star Trek in the '70s, I suppose, but I didn't know enough about Star Trek, so I went to see Star Trek Five, and I liked the movie. I liked the movie, and then I found out everybody hated it. And then later on, in later years, when I became more aware of Star Trek and I watched more of the classic original series, I watched some of the movies, I understood why Star Trek Five was not well received. That said, I'm in the minority. I enjoy Star Trek Five. I have not heard the new Billy Joel song yet, but I want to. I have to make it a point to hear it. Boy, some of your questions I can't answer apart from a TV or a radio or record player. What household appliance? God, this is crazy. I think I was over appliances. Funny stuff. I don't know. No TV, no radio, no record players and stuff like that. Computer has a household appliance. Laptop, I don't know. The microwave. The microwave was cancer. I prefer Barbara Streisand in films, I guess. I like her voice. I like her. I like Barbara Streisand. Oh, yes, exactly. Lila, I completely understand this. I completely understand. It's just that that's why I said it was so frustrating. That's why it's so frustrating. And again, I'm going to stick with what I said. Some people have taken me to task because of this, but I'm just saying, if somebody if somebody looks in the mirror and they have a distorted image of their bodies and they think they're really fat, and a doctor sits you down and says, "Listen, listen. I know you think you're really fat. I know you think that your body's distorted. However, I'm telling you as your doctor, if you don't eat, you will be dead in a week or a couple of weeks or a month, whatever. I'm going to eat." You know what I mean? I mean, that's just how it look. I understand. I get that. I believe me. I understand that they're distorted. They get it. But no matter how distorted an image you have, don't you think if a doctor told you that, I'm telling you as your doctor, you're gonna die. Unless you're suicidal. If you're suicidal, then don't eat. But if you don't want to die and say that's I'm gonna tell you you're gonna die if you don't eat, you don't eat. Do you have a favorite performance from Woodstock? I don't really know everything, but I've never liked Woodstock that much. I'm gonna say maybe Joe Cocker. Maybe from what I know. Sorry, my sound got distorted. Hopefully my answer to the Karen Carpenter thing came through all right, but I don't really know. Oh, that's nice of you. I don't recall hearing from you before. Time for a new rant video. Oh man, you just paid $2 for a rant video. I wish. I wish. Well, I'll tell you. How about I'll tell you what? I'll give you a little rant here, right here and now. Now, this morning, before I came up here, okay. Well, before I came into this room, I went to my deli down the corner to order an egg sandwich, and as a lot of people know, I like ketchup on my eggs. Now, this guy, every time I come here, the guy remembers what I order, right? So I come in here to the deli this morning, right before this classroom, and I walk in, and he sees me, and he goes, he says, uh, ham, egg, and cheese on a roll, right? And I said to him, with ketchup, don't forget the ketchup. He goes, yeah, the ketchup, right, right. So ham, egg, and cheese on a roll with ketchup, he says, yep. And then I wait there, and I'm waiting there about 3 or 4 minutes. It wasn't long, it was fast. Another guy, second guy comes out with it. And the guy hands me the thing, and the first guy says to him, did you got ketchup on it, right? And the guy who made the sandwich looked at him and says, no. I said, yeah, he needs ketchup. I'm sitting there and I'm telling him, here's the red video, right? I'm telling him, the guy says, ham, egg, and cheese, right? And I said, with ketchup, like, don't forget the ketchup, right? And it's friendly. We have he talks about it. I make a note that I want the ketchup on it. And then when he tells the cook, the guy doesn't put the ketchup on it. And he has to remind, luckily, he did. He opened the sandwich up and he squirted the ketchup on and wrapped it up at the end. But I mean, for God's sake, if you make a big spectacle out of it, if you're telling the guy, I told the guy, we made a little conversation, we had a laugh over it, ha 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 ha, and you still don't put ketchup on it? Anyway, I'm not going to repeat the story of the Carpenters. No, I'm sorry, I'm not. But I mean, I hope you heard it enough. I hope it came through enough. Do you get upset when people walk slow in front of? Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is what I'll even highlight. Do you get upset when people walk slow in front of you and they stop and chat? I hate that. And, you're walking, there's traffic, and people just think they're going to stop and look around and think or talk. It's like, hey, I'm walking here. I'm walking here. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Do you like the song "Love" by John Lennon? Yes, I do. I like the whole album. Uh, John Lennon plus the Kodo Band. Do you ever have a pork roll, egg and cheese? It's a popular Jersey breakfast sandwich. Never did. Never did. And then Lila says, if they eat Joe, they will throw it back up or make themselves throw it back up. What are you supposed to do? See that's why. Here's another rant. So what am I supposed to do? What are their relatives supposed to do? What are their doctors supposed to do if they're not going to eat? All they're going to do is upchuck it after and vomit it up after. What are you supposed to do? You tell them you got to eat or die. If they want to not eat or they want to throw it up, they die. I don't know what else to tell you. It doesn't mean, and you can copy this. People are going to copy this. The thing is, I don't think it's a good thing. I feel sorry about it. I feel sad about it for them. I'm sorry for them. But what are you going to do? We got our own problems. If you're not going to eat, don't eat. I don't know what I don't know what to tell you. I deal with things. I said before. I'm honest. I'm realistic. I'm a real guy. You know. Robert De Niro, yeah, I like Robert De Niro, all right. I think he's got a bit of a big mouth, and he goes around and says a lot of stupid things in public, places like the Academy Awards, or places where he's, thinks he can shoot his mouth off, but that is not the place for it. Have you ever been to a gig and had tinnitus or tinnitus all night? Not really. I mean, I had a situation 10 years ago, 2014, where I had ringing in my ears for about 18 days, I think I counted. So I don't want to think about it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. See, I get so mad when they stop and chat and are slow. It makes me mad. And every time they mess up my order, it also makes me mad. They forget to put something I ordered in the bag that I paid for. Absolutely. How about people on their cell phones talking while you're standing online? That's annoying. Yeah, well, I got to tell you, I'm a little guilty of that these days because if I'm a person now, if I got to wait, if I have to wait online or if I have to wait at the doctor's office or something like that, I'm definitely going to want to pull out my phone, to tell you the truth, because I want to do so. I want to like let the time pass faster. So I do that now myself. The Sound of Music, I haven't seen that in years. I've seen The Sound of Music, but not in so many decades. But it was all right, as I remember. I don't think I would see it. You know, the word I would use to describe you is direct. A compliment, if you ask me. Yeah, well, I do think I'm direct. Sometimes, sometimes I try not to be, though. I try to, try to be a little more careful or cautious. What do I think about Eric Clapton? He's a great guitarist, and I'm a fan. That's pretty much how I feel about him. If you are driving, do you have to pay to park at this fest, and is it that too expensive? Yeah, there is paid parking for the fest, but as it turns out, my friend Robert S. and I are going to go together, and we're going to take Ubers all the way. We're going to take an Uber to and from to there and back home 3 days, 6 times. And we've decided we're okay with these. We're going to split the expense of the Uber, and I'm still saving money compared to how I was going to pay when I was going to get the hotel. The way I look at it is, carpooling or transportation. You have to pay. Everything costs money today. So we're gonna pay for transportation, Uber. Uh, but we're happy. We're very content with that idea. It's going to work out better. Door to door, leave the house, take an Uber, get to the hotel, right to the door. No parking lot, no shuttle, because the parking lot also at the hotel, the parking lot has a shuttle. You have to take a shuttle from the parking lot to the gig. This way, the Uber driver take us right to the hotel door. Um, Joe, what do you think's wrong with Danny? I have no idea. God, I hope he's not sick or something's wrong, or um, because he's not here. Anything can be happening. Or maybe he has trouble with his internet again. I don't know because I'm pretty sure he'd be here. I've never seen South Pacific. Yes, I will be all 3 days at the fest, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come on down. Oh, that goes back a way. That goes back a ways. Is this usually a duo show? Well, here's the thing. Sometimes I do a show where I have somebody up here with me, which was supposed to be the idea today. I'm supposed to be doing that today. On other times, I'm by myself. So it goes both ways, but today is supposed to be a duo. Have you ever tried to convert anyone who says they don't like the Beatles, or are you curious why they don't like the Beatles? I remember I had a cousin, a female cousin, and when we were young, I don't know, when I was a teenager, I don't know how old I was then. I'm going to say maybe I was like 16 or 17 or something. She did not like the Beatles for nothing, and I remember trying to get her to like the Beatles. I did play like maybe it wasn't the best at the time. I thought it was a good choice. I played Dizzy Miss Lizzie. I thought all that screaming and all that hard rock she'd like. Just doesn't like the Beatles. Yeah, I saw Broadway shows, but that was back in the day. I mean, Phantom of the Opera. There's a show called the horror ones, Jekyll and Hyde. I've seen things. I can't remember all of them. I'm not really a fan of Broadway shows, but I've seen them. We tried to see Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh, this is okay. No, you're not. No, it's not. Please, anybody. Well, Edward, anybody who comes here is welcome, unless they're trolls, troublemakers. But I appreciate you coming here, and I appreciate your questions. Um, Everybody asks questions. That's what this is about. However, um, I'm not. I don't know much about musicals. It seems you're asking a lot of Broadway shows and musicals questions, and I don't really. I'm not familiar with that. What time the doors open and close at the Beatles Fest? They're different every day. I don't remember. You have to check the schedule if you want to go online. I think the show usually goes on from like 11 a.m. to midnight. I think it's 11 a.m. to midnight. Saturday. Saturday's the big day, 11 a.m. to midnight. I think Friday is only 5 p.m. to midnight. It's like not very long. Do I think I'll ever head down to the Princeton Record Exchange in New Jersey again? It was a long trip there, and I think I'd only go there if there's a reason for it. You saw my video. There was that reason when they got like over 1,000 Beatle bootlegs in, and I went there special for that. But yeah, you're invited, Tom. Are you able to come up here because this is supposed to be Mayo Lounge? So that he was invited. You knew he was supposed to be here. Exactly, exactly. Will you be doing any broadcasts from the fest before or after? I hope to do something. I probably will. I don't know exactly when or whatever, but I'll probably do a live broadcast at some point. They usually do. Are you on good terms with Larkin? Who's Larkin? Talking about Caitlin Larkin? If so, I believe yes, we are. Do you read any crime books? No. Did I see the Phantom film? I didn't see the musical, the Phantom of the Opera musical. No. But of course, I've seen many Phantom of the Opera movie versions of the actual horror movie. Oh, there are tons and tons of Beatles memorabilia I don't have. I'll never be able to get everything. I don't think any Beatle fan can get everything, but I'm always on the lookout for stuff. Yeah, I've seen Phantom of the Paradise, that I've seen, and I was disappointed in it. I figured Phantom of the Paradise had all the workings of something that I'd be interested in, you know. I expected to love it. For some reason, I didn't. Danny, I wonder what's going on with Danny. I really do. Getting worried. I'm getting worried now, to tell you the truth. And I've got another hour here, or at least. How sweet it is. What's going on, folks? This is turning into a catch up with Mayo again. I just had another solo catch up with Mayo. So, Grease or Footloose? Neither. Maybe Footloose. Maybe I'll take Footloose over Grease. I don't know. I don't know. You did me a favor several years back, Joe. I consider myself forever indebted to you. Well, now that of course, you put the curiosity out there, I'm kind of afraid to ask what that was. David Fishman says, "I have a friend who doesn't even like music." That's hard to imagine. I think everybody likes music. Everybody likes some music. Bodyguard or Flashdance. That was silence. I love Jennifer Beals though, so she's so hot that maybe I would watch her just to see her beautiful face. But other than that, I don't know. So, is anybody in the background? That's another thing. No, no, nobody's there, right? No. How do I get back to where I was? I can't get back to where I was. I'll tell you how I'm gonna post this again. I'll put this up again. Then it should get me back to. There you go. Guests. There are no guests. Okay. Sometimes people are back in the background and you can't. It doesn't tell me anybody's where. And they're like, I've been waiting here for 20 minutes. And I said, well, no, they didn't tell me. Any upcoming films you're looking forward to? The only upcoming film I'm looking forward to is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Do I like the Oscars? Well, not anymore because, well, first thing, I don't like a lot of new movies. I like older movies. And the other thing is, um, besides that, too many times these days, it's too politicized. The Oscars are way too politicized. Um, did you have a celebrity crush? Oh, sure. I had a crush on Barbara Eden from My Dream of Jeannie when I was a little kid. I had a crush on the three girls, Bobby Joe, Billy Joe, and Betty Joe from the show, Petticoat Junction. Oh yeah, lots of women. Congratulations, David lost 117 pounds. How long did it take you to do that, David? How long? Do you like Robert Plant solo? I don't know much. I know there's a song called Little by Little that I bought on a 45. I like that song. I bought that. How was that old movie you went to the other day? Oh yeah, the other night I went to see Night of the Living Dead, the George Romero zombie classic on the big screen, and yeah, it was. I've seen that movie many times before, but I gotta say, to me, of course, Night of the Living Dead, well, it still has its moments of power and scariness. It's an old movie, and they've done so much else with the zombie genre since then that Night of the Living Dead is not quite what it was for me. You know? Oh yeah, Raquel Welch, absolutely. Barbara Shelley, yeah, Barbara Shelley was okay. Yes, in some Hammer films. Yeah, it took a few years for David to lose 117 pounds. I don't know. Bobby Gentry, I like. I like Bobby Gentry. Don't know the other one. I may be young, but I had a crush on John Lennon when he was young, and Davy Jones from the Monkees. Very good, very good. I can see that. Hello, Darren. What's going on? John Lennon sing. Let's see. Uh, I've been mid city, down, 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 to see by myself. Down, down, down. Whoa, I've been mid city. Say for myself, been me say, just gotta give me some rock and roll. There you go. That's it. It's something anyway. And there's the classic line from Night of the Living Dead. What do you think about zombie movies? Well, zombie movies started out with the movie probably White Zombie in 1932. The zombies used to be kind of sleepwalking, dead people like sleepwalking in a trance, and then they turned them into gut munching, uh, flesh eating ghouls. So I like zombie movies overall, but I think at this particular point in time, I think that they're exhausted. I think they've done too many. I think it's a oh yeah, Harper Valley PTA. Well, the only song I know is Harper Valley PTA. So there you go. Uh, Blondes or brunettes? Yes, 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 yes. Both. Um, I don't know. I don't have a it sounds like a cop out, but I like all kinds of women, really, blondes and brunettes. When when I grew up as when I was first getting interested in girls, I liked brunettes the best. Almost always brunettes when I was growing up. Now I like all kinds of women, blondes, brunettes, redheads, gray hair. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot now. What's the best dream or the worst nightmare you've had in your sleep? Well, I won't discuss the best dreams. You can figure out what those are. The ones that are the worst. I have recurring dreams once in a while. Well, not every night, but like about losing my car. I have dreams like I'm out there, I can't find where I parked or something forever. Like I just can't locate my car. That's like a common dream that I have. I don't know. Like that's kind of a nightmare in a way. Oprah. I see what you're saying. Old school Oprah or Ozempic Oprah. No comment. What do I think about the zombies? I only like their most popular few songs they have. Time of the Season, She's Not There. And what's the other one? There's another one. Just it's hard to remember everything. The other big one. She's Not There. Time of the Season. There's another. I'm drawing a blank on the other big one. Hey, oh yeah, tell her no. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Um, did I like 80s era Genesis? Not at the time. I like it better now than I did then. Okay. Tell her no, 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 no. What's going on, folks? Almost at the 90-minute mark. Thank you to everybody. Thank you all the people that are here and watching and commenting. What film, if you were in charge, would still be getting an Oscar award today? Oh, I don't think I have any answer, but I wouldn't give. You say still be getting an Oscar today, like multiple Oscars over the years. I don't think I would do that. Just something endless Oscars constantly. I don't think. No, Darren wants me to sing Ringo Starr. No, 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 I'm not going to. I'm sorry. Yeah, I do like that song "Hold Your Head Up" by Argent. Yes, I do. That's a good decent. Yeah, I know the Zombies didn't have many two proper albums. Do you foresee Ringo going on Joe Rogan? No, I don't. If that's what you're asking. Are there any obscure films you enjoy that many have not heard of? Oh, many. There's many obscure films nobody would know of. Many. I don't even know. I mean, there's no point naming them, but there are. When it comes especially to the horror and science fiction genre, there are a lot of offbeat, unusual movies, obscure that nobody would know. So that is a yes. It's funny, Lila wrote this. I was thinking maybe I should talk about the fest again. Should I mention the fest? And she just put this up. There can't be many on here today that can't wait for your fest videos. Although there are people waiting for my fest videos, believe me. Anyway, and they're really excited for your trip. Can't wait myself. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I'm really excited. I saw a couple of videos are out there about the TWA Hotel, which is decked out in the 60s retro. It looks just like the 60s. It's an amazing looking hotel. The videos are going to be interesting just for the decor of the hotel. That alone is going to make it interesting eye candy. And I'm looking forward to it. Yes, I am. And it's closer now. As I say, that's it. No more waiting. There's no more weekends coming. The next weekend is the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'm just hoping the weather holds up. It's a beautiful sunny day out there today. The last 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, been beautiful. If it had been the convention, we'd be lucky. But yeah. So David says he might go Sunday. I got to tell you, uh, I think that's a mistake. I think Saturday's better because Sunday, I'm thinking there's not going to be a lot of people there, or a lot of people are going to go home because of the Super Bowl at Sunday night. What's my favorite Godfather movie? The first one. I like the first Godfather movie way more. The second one is good too, but I like the first one the best. Am I going to do catch up with Mayo from the fest? Yeah, I'm going to do some live streams. I don't know whether they'll just be me by myself. Probably not. There'll probably be Mayo Lounge because the Mayo Lounge is when there's people other than just me. And yeah, I'm probably going to have other people, I guess, on camera with me. Other people, that my friends that are going to be there. If you're making videos, what equipment do you take? Chargers, memory cards? Do you take a spare HD camera? No, I only use the one I'm on right now. Simple stuff. My smartphone. I use an Android smartphone, Samsung, little smartphone. That's what I record everything on. Of course, I got to bring my charger with me, and I got to bring my tripod in case I'm like it's on a tripod right now, standing up here. Uh, have you ever Did you ever see The Legend of Boggy Creek from '72? No, I never did. In what ways would I compare myself to Michael Corleone? No ways. I'm nothing like him that I know of, other than the fact that I got dark hair like he did. Uh, is the teacher making you sit in the corner of the classroom? I sit here because this is where the desk is. There is a desk in here. I'm sitting at a desk, you know, so that's why I'm sitting here. Yes, indeed. 90 minutes I'm on, folks. I could stay on another half hour or so. Uh, but I don't know if I want to stay on a half hour or go and do something else for the last half hour. Uh, I'm not any of those things, cheap beats. Try as you may to try to pigeonhole me in. I'm not any of those things, cheap beats. You're going to be at the Beatles Fest on my birthday. Can't wait to see the fest videos. Oh, Chrissy, that's cool. You're not supposed to ask a woman her age. Do you want to share how old you're going to be on your birthday, or would you rather not? Is it cold in that room? It's not bad. Not bad. It's about 65 degrees when I got in here. I turned the temperature up to 72, but I don't think it did much. Does your phone run out of memory? A memory almost full. So, yeah, that happens. What's your favorite Christopher Lee horror movie? Well, you know what's funny? My favorite movie that happens to have Christopher Lee in it is probably a movie called Horror Hotel, or it's also known as City of the Dead from 1960. And Christopher Lee is in it, but it's not really his best movie. It's not the best movie featuring him. You know, it's not his finest hour, but it's my favorite movie that has Christopher Lee in it. You may have covered this, but are you looking forward to seeing anyone in particular at the fest? I'm looking forward to seeing my friends there and my viewers. That's, because everybody, whenever they talk about the fest, people get hung up on the guests. What's the guest list? Who are the guests? I'm there to see you people, the viewers, and I'm there to see my friends that I do YouTube, my other fellow YouTubers that I do videos too. Those are the people I'm most looking forward to. And then I'd like to see Mickey Dolenz out of the guests. Mickey Dolenz is the one I'm most excited about. Do you like Godfather 3? It's okay. I enjoy it. The Godfather 3 is the weakest, obviously, of the three Godfather movies. Most people would concede that. But however, I still enjoy it. Yeah. Well, my sister, you say about my sister's vices. Yeah. Well, she had an illnesses, and she just got addicted to prescription medication. Is what it was, you know. And she never, she wasn't a big drug addict or anything, but she did get hooked on prescription drugs. And I've said this before. A lot of people think, I've mentioned how I'm against drugs and I'm against. I don't understand people using drugs. People think it's because of my sister's demise that I feel that way. No, no, no. I felt like that long before my sister died. I never liked it. I never understood it. My sister was just another typical casualty of it. I miss her. I loved her, but she, I talked to her a day before she died or two. I forget, was it the day? And I said to her, please, let's check in for help. And she said, one of the last things I talked to her about that day was she said, I can't get the help until I'm ready. I have to be ready, she said. Suit yourself. That's my sister we're talking about. What am I supposed to do? I tried to help. My family tried to help. She didn't want to stop taking the prescription meds, prescription pills. She was using them, not prescription meds, prescription addict. And did I say subscription or prescription? Subscription. Oh boy, prescription. I don't know what I said. Prescription addict. And bye bye. What else am I supposed to say? I'm consistent, you see. I'm consistent with people I don't know personally and people I do know personally. I'll help you. I'll try to help you. We'll all try to help you. But if you don't want to listen to anybody, there's nothing we can do. And I said, somebody asked me one word to describe my personality. I said, I'm honest. Some people say direct. You know, that's it. I'm sad about it, but she didn't care. She didn't care. So okay. Do you get back to the hotel room and start editing? No, because the editing I do on my laptop. I do all the editing on my laptop, and I could. I'm not going to be at the hotel. What am I talking about? No, I don't do that. I'm not staying at a hotel room this year. I'm going home every night. I'm going home, so I won't be at a hotel. But even when I am at a hotel, I don't edit. I keep everything on my phone for the entire weekend, and then when I get home, I edit. So it's a lot of work. Is Darth Vader the most loved villain? He's one of the most popular. I don't know about the most loved. Whatever happened to the elephant's memory band? Uh, well, Gary Events Skyhawk has been at Beatles Fest, and a couple of them have. Adam Ippolito. I met some Elephant's Memory at one of the Beatles Fests. I don't know the Smiths cover of "Baby It's You." What's going on, Apple Pits? What's going on? There's no Danny. No Danny. You believe it? I hope he's well. I hope nothing happened to Danny. I hope he's not ill. I hope he's not in the hospital. I hope he's not, you know. I don't know. Or maybe he's got computer problems. Who is the oldest person in my family? Oh, I don't know. I guess my mom right now. My mom just turned 83. I don't know. I'm actually going to check out now. I'm sorry, I know Apple Pits just got here, but I think I'm going to leave early today. I was going. It's been a while. It's been 97 minutes, so I'm going to go. I thought this was going to be a Mayo lounge. It turned into just a catch up with Mayo. But I want to see if Danny left a message, a text, or something because I'm getting a little concerned about him. But anyway, thank you all for being here. Now, what I'm planning to do tomorrow morning again, starting up in the morning tomorrow morning, doing one of my 7:30 a.m. You know, cup of tea, cup of Joe things. So if you want to be here tomorrow morning, if you haven't had enough of this, which I almost have, it's a lot. I'm doing a lot. Please be here tomorrow morning. I should be here around 7:30 a.m. give or take, and I'll be back at my home doing this, and we'll see if Danny can make it then. All right, everybody. So until we meet again, thank you all for being such a good audience. Thank you all for being so interested and helping out here with your comments and questions. We'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers, folks.